tomb, temple, whatever. Where do we want to go? Probably the area we came from. Basically see what we missed there. So we even missed anything. Guards, maybe, before we can progress. Waypoint Shrine, which means what exactly? It's that one. No. Tranquil Beach. Wind will up. You've discovered a waypoint. These allow quick travel between any of the waypoints you've visited so far. Fair enough. Shovel. You found a shovel. If you find a suspicious looking mound, you may be able to dig something up. What is a suspicious looking mound? Might be a good idea to have a ranged weapon for the thief. Nothing. Except we got the shovel here. There was a skill called Identify Item or something that might be worthwhile. Basically, we wouldn't have to try everything to see what an item does, I assume. What is this?
Look! Look! A wanderer comes my way, walking the sands upon which this poor shell must suffer.
Who are you, Sir Shell?
For me is the shell, son of the sea, an outcast upon these wretched shores. An exiled shell, doomed to live under a canopy of arid sky, not his native, tender water.
Yeah, seems strange that you can talk.
Of course I can talk, don't be silly. There's more tongue to me than heart. Indeed, the surprise should be mine, for I still remember the days when your kind swung from branches and plucked the vermin out of their neighbor's fur.
Don't seem to remember the past very fondly.
Time is an indulgent mistress to one who spends happy hours as she passes. But when your existence is one of misery, she becomes a lethargic harpy. Oh, I remember ancient times, for I have lain here since antiquity, when the ruins around us were palaces, and the sun-bleached dead merry children. All this I have seen, alive, alone. Alas,
You say that you are doomed?
my fate is a cruel one, I assure you. How many snot-noses have held me up against their dirty little ears, only to claim they can hear the ocean? Of course they can hear her, the brats! We are on the very edge of the great aquatic mother, whose embrace I so desperately long for.
So it's the sea's embrace you long for.
Yes, yes! I, King of Pearls, ache to repose anew on his coral throne. Hurl me toward the water. Swing me as far as your arm's strength gives release. And treasure long sunk I will grant thee.
Sure.
What do you say, kind knight? Will you return the King of Pearls to the sea, so he may yield you long-lost treasure?
I don't really see a reason not to do it. I think these are more or less you can give some character to your character. Either do it because it's the good thing to do, or do it because it's for the reward. I don't see a reason not to do it really. So kindness is its own reward.
Kindness is its own reward. Then there's the promise of treasure to boot. Let's throw him into the sea.
Or sell his. Alright. Yes. Throw the bastard into the sea.
Agreed. Let's send him home.
Liberator, kind benefactor, bless me the might of your sea-bound.
You do get the chance to not make the same decisions on both characters though. I'm not sure where that can go. It might be more beneficial to have conflicting characters just to cover both ends. But I don't particularly want to play that way. Not at this time at least.
The sea, I have returned, where every wave feels like a bourbon sea. May the bounty of the deep be yours, along with my eternal gratitude.
Mermaid's Kiss. Water resistance and hit points. Okay. I want to eat a shell that's supposed to be edible by raw. It takes some time to actually have some kind of effect. Water resistance, right? Now we know. I'm gonna go back here and try to dig up this place a little bit. Suspicious mounds. I wish they had a clear example of a suspicious mound quickly here. Maybe they do and I'm just not seeing it. Okay, where exactly am I going? I want to go to the Celestial Ruined Villa at least. That's more or less where we started from. Just to get the waypoint. Access the optional tutorial area by entering the dungeon behind it. Maybe that was already the place. This. Want to go to the waypoint. It's actually up here. Fair enough. It's like there's only one path to take at this point. Explains why the dungeon was so easy. Just for tutorial purposes. Firestorm grenade. So a Molotov cocktail basically. Branches. It seems like these would be component items if you combine certain items. Can be used as a club, but I doubt that's their main purpose. I need to try the combination system at some point. The question is, do I really waste the items by testing Zod, or can I just try until I get something useful going?
Hold it right there, orc scum! No one slips past the Legion unchallenged.
Calm down, Junius. Doesn't look like one of them orcs to me. Not a single horde in sight, you know.
Just hold your tongue, will you, Bibius? Can't be too careful. We are sworn to protect Scythiel.
Who are you?
We're Legionnaires, of course. On the lookout for orcs, for they've been attacking from the sea. God knows why they do it, but we stand firm. We of the Legion, liberators of Riverlon.
Liberators of liquor too, aren't we, old chum?
Shh! Just pipe down, will you, Bibius?
You seem to have been enjoying a drink or two.
Ever cat the watch? Stood on the lookout for hours on end, bored stead. Boredom's a demon, buddy, and booze is the demon hunter. There. I do declare it's time for this hunter to take another shot. Huzzah!
So you are liberators, you say?
Aye, a noble word for watchdog, that, for that is what we do. Watch over the local dogs that ever so often aim for one another's throat, and separate them to keep the peace. Separate by the sword, that is.
Best way to calm a wily dog is to neuter it. Ha! Spay for pay, Legion's motto.
Just put a sock in it, will you, Bibius?
Questions.
What do you want to know?
Counselor Jake.
So, it's Jake you're looking for. Ship sailed on that one, I'm afraid. Fellow's dead. Murdered.
What can you tell me about his murder?
Can't tell you much more, except that I heard he was found face down in a puddle of blood, being used as a water fountain by his own pet mongrel.
They say 'twas his wife that did it, and I'd bet a bottle of brandy they're right. A devilish flirt, that one.
As if that proves anything! Just keep your trap shut, will you, Bibius?
Okay, tell me more about those orcs.
Bunch of barbaric bastards, a lot of them. They'll kill your spouse and eat your children. We've been putting up a fight against them, to be sure, but they have the strength of an ox in every single one of their fingers. Takes an army to dress down a dozen.
Well, we did bring a legion.
Just bite your lip, will you, Bibius?
I believe we are close to size seal.
Soyseal, yes. Where fishermen come to live and street dogs come to die. Now, which of the two would you be then?
Just cut the cackle, will you, Bibius? Now then, stranger, if it's the city of Soyseal you're looking for, you're heading in the right direction. Even though most folks are trying to escape rather than reach the damn place these days. Not that I could blame them. This place is cursed, I tell you. First the dead rise from their graves, and then entire tribes of orcs sound the trumpets of war. You take to the rifle, lass.
You're here on Source Hunter's business, here are our orders. Why would I say that? Do they need to know? I'll take my leave.
Hold on! Not so quickly. You may not be an orc, but that doesn't mean I trust some outlander wandering the beach. Who's to say you're not a spy? Come, I'm taking you to the wizard. He'll squeeze the truth out of you, one way or another.
This is a cooperative dialogue. It allows you to roleplay discussions between the two main characters. The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
The wizard, you say? Sounds good to me. Lead the way.
Agreed. A wizard is bound to know more about what is going on around here.
See, Junius? He means no harm. Come along. We're not far from the city.
You just gained a level. Press I to access your character sheet in order to enhance your stats and abilities. One attribute point, one skill point. You need multiple points to raise it beyond the first level, so we have to be careful where we stick these. Okay, who the hell has strength in this group? No one. I don't want to go for strength really, even though it does allow us to move around things. They're not that sort of characters. So maybe more speed. Movement, initiative, action points, yeah, it's all good. Offense rating with dexterity based weapons, expert marksmanship, scoundrel skills, defense rating. More speed at this point. Oh, maybe.
Come, let's have another drink while we still can. To your very good health.
And yours, Bibius. Here goes. Oh. Goes down as smooth as burning needles. But I'll be damned if it doesn't get you more hammered than an anvil.
Better to be dead drunk than blind dead, what you?
Scoundrel skills. Right, a single level up doesn't seem to mean much in this game. Higher sneaking ability improves your movement speed while sneaking and shrinks NPC side corners. Pickpocketing. Not really a big fan of pickpocketing. Generally it doesn't seem to work all that well. Telekinesis might be a good replacement for high strength. But where the hell are the... Can't there be more skills? I mean, disarming traps and the like. Or is it all just scoundrel? Determines how many scoundrel skills you can learn. How many action points it costs to use higher level scoundrel skills. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to spend points on anything. What about you? Intelligence improves elemental and witchcraft spells, and your offense rating with intelligence spells reduces. Seventh action point might not be a horrible thing. Definitely would like more spellcasting skills. But should we become better at fire magic, or maybe take another one? I'll say the points, because how would I even learn skills, as in a new spell? Clearly it's not done through the leveling up, at least a single level up like this. So basically I want to know how easy it is to learn new things. New spells, how cheap it is. So it makes sense then to look at, do we want to push the existing skills a little bit higher first, or do we want to spread the skill points around?
Lovely day for a swig and a song, isn't it? Fairly well.
You keep them eyes open, you hear? Shh. If the orcs show up, I don't want to have to face the buggers alone.
The heat and the drink are getting the better of me. God, I'm over my sleepy. Don't tell me you're afraid.
Crafting
You
and
should have
cooking
enough
with
liquid courage in your system
Mardino.
by now that you're ready to face an army.
A guide for urban and feral bachelors. Part 1. The Bachelor's Guide to Crafting. Because girls will put ribbons and bows on your clubs and axes, Mardino the All-Knowing. Whether you're lost in a metropolis or the untrodden wilds, a proper bachelor can craft all he
Pass
needs
that
to
bottle,
survive
would
an
you,
orc
genius?
ambush or
My
for a
throat's
singles
dry.
ball.
Again?
Let's have a look at
This
some
is
of
a single
Maradino's
malt,
classics.
imported
A good
all the way
arrow
from
starts
Hawkesbury.
with its shaft. You
It
can
has
make
the
your
local
own
pig
arrow
smoke
shafts
itself for
out of any tree branch.
Single
All it
malt
takes is a knife.
stubbly
Then
arse.
create
You've
your
been
own
had by
special
one of them
arrowheads to
smooth-talking
really surprise
salesmen
them.
again. Come,
But we'll
give here,
leave that
or I
for
sober
another
up.
chapter. If you think a dagger takes you too up close and personal to an ugly enemy's face, try sticking it at the end of a tree
Let's
branch
have
so you can
another
poke
drink
him
while
from
you
a
still
bit of a
can.
distance.
To your
If
very
you are
good
not
health.
the stabbing type,
Have yours,
glue two
Jimmy's.
branches together and
Here
you've got
goes.
yourself a staff.
Goes
Part
down
2.
a
The
sturdy
Bachelor's
way.
Guide to Cooking. Because girls' dishes take ages and come with too many
Better be
vegetables.
dead drunk than blind dead, what you?
Mardino the All-Perceiving. Prepare yourself for the most versatile dish around, one that I have dubbed the Sicilian pie. All you need is a wheel of dough and whatever toppings
You
take
keep
your
them
fancy.
eyes open, you hear?
Flesh, fish, or
If the
those
orcs
funny
show up,
mushrooms.
I don't want to
Yours
have to
is the
face
choice.
buggers alone.
Urban bachelors,
Hey,
prepare
the
your
drink
pie
is
and
getting the
slide
better
it in
of
the
me.
oven. Feral bachelors,
Oh,
prepare your
so
pie and
bad,
heat it
sleepy.
over a low fire.
Don't tell me you're afraid.
There's
You should have enough liquid courage.
The
in your
delicious
system
smell
by
may
now
attract
that
hungry
you're ready to
savage
face an
creatures.
army.
Mardino cannot be held responsible for the death of pie-baking
Pass
feral
the bottle,
bachelors.
would you, Julius? My
Can't
throat's
go
dry.
amiss with a Sicilian pie, the ultimate
This is a
bachelor's
single
sustenance.
malt, imported
Here
all
are
the
some
way
of
from
Mardino's
Hawkesbury.
favorites. First off, prepare your dough. All it takes is some flour and water.
Single
This is your
malt
base ingredient for
stubbly
bread,
arse.
but you
You've
can
been had by
turn
one
it
of them
into cheese
smooth-talking
bread
salesmen
dough
again.
with
Come,
cheese,
give here,
or
or I sober up.
Sicilian pie dough with fish. Or even pizza with pizza sauce. To make pizza sauce, just smash a tomato with a hammer for all I care. Okay, so we probably need to craft your own food if you want to have healing. We do have some of these basics. How does crafting work? Here. Can I just select a recipe?
Come, let's have another drink while we still can. To your very good health.
And yours,
Different
Bibius.
ways to making
Here
dough.
goes. Goes down as smooth as birdie needles. And I'll be damned if it doesn't get you more hammered than an anvil.
Better to be dead drunk than blind dead, what you?
Can you cook it? How exactly does that work?
You keep them eyes over you here. Shh. If the orcs show up, I don't want to have to face the buggers alone.
Some kind of steady
The
fire.
drink are getting the better of me. Oh, am I sleepy?
Well, if we found some kind of a
Don't
flame
tell
or
me
cooking,
you're
we'll
afraid.
try it. He's guiding us to size seal, is he? Mushrooms. Old wooden water staff. Lots of cocktails. We should run into these places. We can always spot something if we get lucky. There's fighting going on.
What in the hell's is happening down there? Orcs? Bloody orcs! Come, let's go back to the ridge. Let the source hunters handle their big roots.
Our first orc. Old standard issue bow or outdated shorts. Okay, 2 young orc troopers, an orc shaman, and a black cultist, all level 2. We might want to go where the mutineers are. You can probably take down the trooper fairly easily. They could also provide protection for us. I'm sure we should try to take these guys on. Might be worthwhile back. They didn't move all that much. So it'll cost about 5 points to get the hell out of here, which means we can spend 3. Right, they're probably gonna go after the Legionnaires now. They're the more immediate threat, at least to the Archer and the Caster. No? It's really hard to get to the correct angle with this one. Eh. Yeah, they can take a lot of damage. He's weakened though, so he's not gonna be able to do all that much damage. No way I can move and attack this time, so I might as well try to take him down.
Draining you to the last drop.
Move into attack position against the young orc trooper. They're spreading their attacks too much. But I can easily take down the archer, but it will go down no matter what I do. Don't have the points to attack anything but the young orc trooper. not sure I want to. So I'll just move into better position. The trooper is basically fairly harmless against all opponents who can attack. If I move here, I'm in a perfect position to take down either one of these.
No glory in this game.
Ah, why were everyone stunned? Did I get some kind of a critical or what? Chance to resist stun, 0% stun. Create electrified blood when using electrified water on blood. Right, so they were standing in blood and everyone got stunned. Okay, that's I did not see that option coming. I don't really see a problem with using fire attacks. Although it's next to a oil barrel. And this there. No, not enough action points.
Did you see that? Those orcs had a human commander.
Who was that joker leading
How
those
very
orcs?
curious.
Damn traitor.
And how very
Where are
disquieting.
Bibius and Junius? Didn't they hear the fight?
Black.
One day, comrade, vengeance
day,
will
comrade.
be ours.
Vengeance will be ours.
Adventurous Field Guide of 5. Now, I am not a lumberjack, but I can get a good strong stick out of any log with my trusty axe whenever I'm in need of one. Some weird geezers have been asking for the wood chips on the floor after I've chopped up some logs, and I just let them. I have no idea what to do with these. Those. I have no idea either.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
Okay. Seems like the backstabbing rogue is definitely a damage character, which is fine. More or less exactly what I wanted. The mage needs new spells immediately, like He has one attack that we can use now and then we basically have nothing. It's no good.
Taken before his time, far before his time.
Crit snapper.
Hail, Source Hunter! Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these cursed beaches. The Legion welcomes you.
What happened here?
It's these orcs. Now that they have bees in their bonnets about God only knows, we need every hand we can get. That rat-faced shaman of theirs even went to the trouble of launching a fireball at a ship in the harbor to the west of here.
A fireball? How are the sailors making out?
I like you.
They may
much
need
better.
help. I'd go myself, but we Legionnaires are under strict orders never to abandon our posts. Never know when another one of these little raiders might sidle up the beach.
Why was there a human fighting alongside the orcs?
Beats me what traitorous madness came over that dog. A man among orcs. It'd be like one of your kind running with a sorcerer. Whatever the cur's incentive to raise swords alongside that murderous lot, let's all hope it was a private grudge. Can you imagine if we had to add a slew of wild-eyed, orc-loving bedlamites to our list of enemies in Sicil?
Tell me about yourself.
I'm a proud Legionnaire and always will be. But I thought we'd be doing more slashing and less dying when we landed in Sicil.
Hail, Source Hunter. Why, I don't think I could ask for a more welcome sight on these
That seems to be repeating what the other
Vengeance
guy
will be
already
ours.
said. Still feel we probably should have found a suspicious mount to try the shovel on. Maybe it literally means just a little hill next to the ship or something.
I like you much better with your guts on the floor.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
What is it? Honey pearl.
Taken before his time. Far before his time.
We're still in fairly good shape. I need to understand more about healing in this game. There has to be a better way to do it than just randomly eat some kind of mushrooms or other things.
What's all this ruckus? Sounded worse than a dozen tomcats fighting over the world's last mackerel. Ah, but I see we've suffered another orc landing. And judging by the relative ease with which it was dispatched, I can only come to one conclusion. Source hunters have arrived in Sicil. You're as welcome as a glass of cooled milk on a hot day, my friend. I'm Ahu, at your service. It was I who requested your presence in this troubled city.
I was summoned here by a cat.
So you were, and so you weren't. Behold, there we are. Meet my other half, Hunter. Ha ha! No need to look so flabbergasted. I may be a wizard rife with tricks and guile, but I assure you my plea is an earnest one. So, now that the cat is out of the bag, let us turn to the matter of Councillor Jake's murder.
Please tell me more about the murder.
It's hard to put my finger on it, but I can feel in my very whiskers that sorcery was at play. Visit the scene of the crime, and I'd bet sardines for salad you'll say the same. Captain Aureus, though, the local commander of the Legion, insists I'm seeing ghosts. I insist he's blind to all but the undead.
Where can I find the scene of the crime?
Jake was murdered in a downstairs room of the King Crab Inn, up in Sicil proper. The Legion keeps it under lock and key, though, so you'll need Aureus's permission should you want to have a peek.
Okay, a counselor has been murdered, so I assume there are some suspects.
So there are, or rather, there is. Popular opinion has it his wife did the deed, but to be frank, I have my doubts. She seems a likely candidate, to be sure, but that would make her a sorceress. Esmeralda knows how to charm, yes, but I just don't see her magic extend beyond a frolicsome look and wink. Still, don't simply take my word for it, Hunter. It may be well worth your while to cross-examine her yourself. The Legion has her under guard in her shop near the town square. That's where you'll find poor Jake's widow.
Okay, what about this trading stuff? Okay, drag items you wish to buy or sell under the barter window, balance the offer by pressing the scales, confirm the transaction by pressing the blue accept button in the middle, and also identify and repair items at the trader. So they sell skill books. And skill books cost a lot of dough, which we have enough, so we'll buy something. Target gains temporary perception bonus, cures belongings. Earth and fire for this guy. Nice. Switch. Water ring. Ice shot. Also, there's a level requirement apparently. Costs more action points to do anything with it if there's a level difference. Haste target. Do I have this? I don't think so. Avatar of Fire. Makes target immune to burning. Its melee attacks may catch on fire. Melee attackers may catch on fire. Burning charge is something we have, I think. Firefly. Creates a fire surface. Inflict burning and deal fire damage on anyone who walks there. So these would be area of effect, control, spells, that sort of thing. Self-immolation. Fire surface around you, with you in the middle. Grants everyone around you 25% fire resistance for 2 turns and removes frozen and stunned. Status effect removals are probably the valuable things. The problem is I can't even afford a single one of these. I need to at the very least sell stuff away. Yeah, the fireball is almost 3 times all the gold I have. Also requires level 6. Okay, I do not have... It says which spells you have, like Avatar of Fire. Target immune to burning. Melee attackers make it fire. Smoke screen creates a smoke screen. Okay, what does this do? I have smoke grenades too. Limits every character's vision. Draw your own smoke screen in a line. Line starts at your position. Click on the terrain to create a line until you have reached the line's maximum length. Okay. He also has a limited amount of gold. A large resist all potion. More resurrection scrolls. Okay, how much is our shit worth? Not much. 16 gold, 22 gold, 1 gold, 22 gold. So yeah, maybe crafting can create something that might be worth a little bit more. That might be a genuine use for crafting.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here is like bringing a wolf to a hen house.
The tiny pearl is pretty much the only thing that has some real value. No, I think I got a treasure item of some sort from a chest or something. Golden Grail. 100. Painting of a landscape. 100. So we have maybe around 300 extra that we could get. I could get a single novice level spell extra. Or a repair hammer. Identifying glass. It's as good as the skill of the one who holds it.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle this threat for all our sake.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head.
I don't know if I should buy these or not. Okay, it may interest you to know that the orcs we took care of were led by humans.
A human, you say? Truly? But that would be like a kitten leading a wolf pack. And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts. A shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers, but people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays. I don't quite know what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It'd be foolish to dismiss such a curious event out of hand.
Okay, what exactly is the trouble you're having with the undead?
Ah, the undead. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now. And for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed. The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's mane.
Yeah, from what I've seen and heard, this isn't the first time you've had problems with marauding orcs.
Unfortunately, that is absolutely correct. The orc siege is yet another hairball stuck in this city's already choking throat, and it shows no signs of abating. We've cordoned off the western beach where most orc activity has been reported. For the 9 lives of me, I can't seem to figure what they're doing here. There's nothing of interest along the waterfront, except for a set of caves with an unfavorable reputation. Maybe they're after some pirate's treasure, the fools.
Do tell me a bit more about this cat trick of yours.
Oh, but that's not a trick. It's a blessing. Or does it surprise you that I enjoy taking a feline guise? Such magic is a gift, Hunter. To tread upon the realm of instinct. Even articulate speech, perhaps humanity's greatest asset, cannot give expression to something so inextricably innate. To be out in the night, to stalk on silent paws and hunt with only the moon as your witness. You couldn't possibly imagine the thrill. But of course it's handy to speak in more than meows. And I couldn't brew potions or make machines without opposable thumbs. This I freely admit. Let's just say I have found a way to enjoy the best of 2 worlds. I'm glad we've met, Source Hunter. And I'm certain we have a lot more to talk about. Feel free to visit me whenever you want. I've set up a workshop in the Legion's headquarters. Once you're there, just take the stairs, but do pay a visit to Aureus first. He may bark like a beagle with its tail stuck in the door, but you won't get very far in your investigation without speaking to the de facto leader of Sicil. And with that, I bid you adieu, Hunter. Adieu and good luck. May your enemies prove to be mere mice, and you the dauntless mouser.
Sorcery, sex, undead, orcs. Looks like we have our work cut out for us.
At least we won't be bored. How about we go and see that Aureus chap Arhu mentioned?
Right, strange cave, crime scene, Esmeralda, Legion, Captain Aureus, Legion headquarters, Arhu study. We haven't really explored or much. Secret. Okay, at least we've reached the city. Still feel like I don't really understand much about the game. I suppose the big problems is I don't really have a good handle of how the character progression is actually going to be handled in reality. This feels very much like what maybe Might and Magic game series. There you have to buy or spend a lot of money to actually progress your character. Get the skill books, all that stuff, or in that case also buy training. But that's a different thing from actually putting skill points into something. So this is by no means exactly like that. However, it sort of has the similar feel to it. So I think we need to find out how to produce cash in the game. We probably need to specialize. I also need to find out how the hell do you heal in this game. Don't want to use the heal potion since we are not in serious trouble or haven't been in serious trouble so far. But I get the feeling that cooking food is the way to do it. Oh. Don't take or touch property that isn't yours. Owners will be offended and their attitudes toward you will drop. They will call guards if you go too far. Okay, it was marked red eyes. There's a red hand when you use it. Everyone attack me. I'm not loading because I want to see how the game handles this sort of shit.
The tiniest spark!
No glory in this death.
Looks like the biggest benefit of Fireball is not the actual damage, it's that you create this fire area. Every little bit of movement you do there causes damage. That's the real benefit. It's burning. What is going on? Well, they started it. I think I'll just slow. I'll basically just go with it. I don't think this was a good idea. Basically killed all the fishermen, as far as I can see, for no particular reason. Right. Archery seems to also be an alternative way to use the elemental abilities, not having any kind of a magic capability.
Ahoy, sailor! Are you enjoying the fresh winds of Sicile?
Antique wooden air. Policy to cast fireballs 3 times. Are fairly expensive. Fireman's old copper ring of water resistance. Costs 1000 gold, pretty much. Even a single minor healing potion is 200 gold. I mean, everything is ridiculously expensive compared to how much I can turn stuff into gold. It just makes no sense to even try to heal. It's just huge chunk of money down the drain. Yeah, it looks really like the crafting is a very big deal. There's no point really buying anything because I can't afford it. What do you think of that attack on the harbor?
Those orcs must be out of their barbarous minds launching an attack on a city where a great wizard resides. Though even I must admit they put up a hearty effort. I'll tell you, the only time I'd consider waging a suicide campaign like that That'd be if whatever I sought was something worth dying over.
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Conrad. Cargo trader, sea captain, an expert in all things nautical. Folks across Andervale know to give old Conrad a holler when it comes to rare imports and magical items.
Yeah, I can't afford your magical items though.
Sailor, what news from the mainland?
Oh, nothing new, sir. Zombies,
Okay, I think I'll leave
skeletons,
things
you
here.
know the
I'm not
story.
sure. I sort of want to load because I never wanted to do this fight, but at the same time I sort of want to stick with it to see where it goes, what are the consequences and so forth. I mean, this is a time to learn these things. Even if you do stupid shit, you end up regretting.
Really? The greatest warriors in Rivellon can't cross a rope?
How do you cross a rope then? Telekinesis maybe? Something along those lines? That's some bullshit though. I mean, just because you pointed out how funny it is, doesn't make it any less bullshit. Sheet of paper can be used to create skulls. Mug of water, so we could make some more food, I guess. That's what I wanted to try out. Is there I'm gonna fire somewhere, so we could try out our little recipe. We can now take all the items here. Apparently no one owns them anymore for some reason.
Another one for the collection.
Got a butter knife. Yep, I'm pretty sure this might come bite us in the ass later on. Yeah, multi-use though. Waypoint. Okay. This might be a good place to do things. Exploring through the town could take a lot of time, and I could get into a lot of trouble anyway. A lot of talking, a lot of all that stuff. I need to try the crafting. It's pretty much obvious to me at this point that unless I learn recipes and crafting and things like that, I'm basically going to be terribly making scrolls would be already very useful. But yeah, I think I want to do this maybe a little bit of a smaller separate video, even just me testing out this shit. If it might take some time, or we could maybe get through it in a few minutes, because I don't have all that many stuff really. I have single units mostly of various things. And I do think we do have to just experiment our way through this.
Steady, boys, steady.